world out of her body is a gigantic, fire-breathing god with 4 eyes and 4 enormous ears. Sometimes the monsters are divine, and the gods are monstrous. It can be more obvious who the monsters are when you're looking at someone else's mythology. When it comes to the Bible, though, even a vague sense of familiarity can fog up the picture. The Bible is made up of diverse texts that were written by people trying to make sense of the world around them, including the heavens and the earth and all they contained. It has an incredible history, texts from a world long gone, preserved and passed down for millennia, made new with each generation's reading. But this is also its great pitfall. These texts have been compiled and canonized, interpreted and misinterpreted, cherished and wielded. PG versions of stories are mistaken for what's in the texts themselves and mask what's right before our eyes. The Bible has been domesticated, along with the eerie creatures within. Familiar images like seraphim winging and singing, and peaceful divine messengers ascending and descending might register to the modern reader as what is in the Bible. But beware. In those pages, monsters play freely, wreaking havoc and bringing death and destruction to their divinely chosen targets. What makes a monster? I teach a course called Monster Heaven, and on the first day of class, I ask students to name their favorite monsters. A few sea monsters are named. A sci-fi fan says Cthulhu. A rabbinical student names Leviathan. And a student from Vermont calls out Champ, which I learn is the monster of Lake Champlain. But then one person mentions the Wendigo, who's been devouring swaths of the general public for centuries across North America. And another adds the Islamic Ifrit, a malicious genie made of fire. A young man breaks into an exuberant rendition of Supper Time from Little Shop of Horrors, the solo of the giant singing man-eating alien plant Audrey 2. What do these monstrous beings have in common? That part of the conversation is more complex. Monsters have no single defining trait. Many are easily recognized by the blood dripping from their befanged jaws or the decaying flesh falling from their faces. Bodily anomalies are common, each type uniquely suited to the spread of its own brand of fear: the sharp and pointy, the huge and hairy, the grotesque and gooey. But even with the dazzling variety of anomalies in the monster compendium, they don't all advertise their monstrosity with some physical aberration. Next to your more obvious monsters, beside the gigantic thrashing sea monsters and radioactive killer robots, there stand little girls with ribbons in their hair. Sometimes the creepiest monsters are the ones we thought were innocent, but turn out to be very, very bad. Nor do monsters all share a place in the world. There are the naturalistic, like Jaws or Bigfoot, the supernatural, like succubi and incubi, and the unnatural, like the Yakumama, a giant river monster at the mouth of the Amazon that devours any creature unwise enough to dip a toe anywhere within sucking distance. Physically terrifying, or perfectly innocent in appearance, naturalistic, unnatural, or supernatural, monsters share no single defining characteristic. There are nice, succinct definitions out there, but they all fall short because it turns out you can't pin a monster down. There is, however, a certain family resemblance, a collection of features from which monsters draw in diverse and overlapping combinations, even across cultures, time periods, and genres. Heads up, every one of these features will come back to haunt us in the chapters ahead. Giant size is a common family trait, from the kraken to the Mokele Mbembe, a Congolese cousin of the Loch Ness Monster, and from Mesopotamian Marduk to Hellboy. Superhuman or supernatural strength and power is another common family trait.